Alright, GoPro time. So this is where I got to the last time. So I welded on the fits panel, half welded it on, ground it all down and everything like that, just to get it a little bit flusher to make sure I haven't missed anything, and I think I've done an alright job so far. I can grind that down a bit flusher. It feels a little bit out of place, but I think a lot of it is. I think it's just purely down to not using magnets and stuff like that. I got a first couple little tacks on this bit here. It's actually going on pretty nicely, so I think I'm going to focus on this today, get this bit on, fit a little bit up in there. So and because I completely forgot about that bit actually, so I should probably put a little mark on it just like there. So it's not actually coming out too bad. That weld there's correct, but yeah, I'm going to have to bridge that gap up, which is going to make me use a lot of wire and gas. But I was using just the little small bottle things here, but I got a reg, thanks to Lee, Newmar Lee as I call him. So I got a reg and I got hobby gas welder bottle. Basically it's going to cost me, the rent of the bottle's 70 quid. There was an admin fee of £12, and then the actual gas, all this gas cost me 40 quid. So realistically, by the time I return the bottle, I've only spent 52 quid on that gas. It's just like the old Iron Brew bottles, the glass bottles. You take it back and get your money, and you end up spending like 40 pence for a litre Iron Brew or something. Great for your teeth. But yeah, the problem with these ones here was that these are disposable bottles. So these literally throw away all the bottle, and these cost like, well, it says on that little ticket there, 18 quid a bottle. So yeah, that's far better bang for your buck. You might as well go and get a reg if you're wanting to do stuff like this. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on anyways, get that bit over there welded, grind this down a little bit more, and then hopefully get a patch in there. Well, that's attached. Alright, quick update. So that looks horrendous, but it's in there. It's in nice and solid, and it's probably pretty hot. But yeah, no, that little plate there just crumbled away, so I've came back in with a plate and just plated over it, braced it up. I've got the floor bit kind of in, and it still has a few holes, and then the back side of this needs all battered and welded in. Let me just take the clamp out of the way, move the light over. So yeah, got this bit welded in as well. I'm gonna clean off the flat edges and leave the bigger welds on the bits that need to be there, but yeah, that's plenty strong now. Means also that still can get welded straight to it and spot welded on. So I think I'm gonna, now that I've kind of got these bits all in, I'm pretty happy, then I'm going to go and try and chuck the big sill on, but we'll soon find out how easy that is. Still on the small bottle of gas, it's actually lasting this one, but I've also got the big bottle there for when I do finally run out, because there's no way I'm getting all the way along here and underneath and everything without needing that big bottle. So I'm going to put some spot weld holes in the back of there, drill some holes in it. But I think I'm going to run down to the shop and get myself a packet of Skittles, because I'm kind of wanting to nibble on something. And chewing gum isn't doing it, so yeah, I think I'm going to go do that. Excuse the really poor lighting in here, but we're back. Well, not for you, this is a continuation video, but I don't know where we got to in the last bit, but we put the doors back on because basically I'm finished with everything that includes in doors. So instead of them taking up room, we have a bit more room now, and we have doors, which is quite nice. So yeah, I've not been here for literally a good month or so, kind of just try to get back into the swing of things. So here we have the section I was working on yesterday. I know I was saying a month ago, but yes, a month before yesterday anyways. So I've put this section in here, welded it all along there, so that looks alright. It doesn't really line up pretty well with there, but I wasn't gonna pull and tweak everything. Same with up in there, but the weird thing about that bit there is this panel here was attached to it, kind of higher up, and that actually like overlapped it, kind of something like that. So I think I'm gonna just cut this down so it sits flush in there and fits really good. I might actually just keep that line in there because that's like where it once was. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're like. I had a little patch here. I was going to cut up into here, but things have changed and it needs on the road sooner than later, so I'm just going to keep it easy. I've got this bit down here to do, which is also part of the arch kind of mounting points, so I had to actually extend it beyond here to allow for some riv nuts to go in there. But yeah, no, so that's where we are. I still have to spot weld all the bottom of it, basically, and then there's a little bit down there. It needs a bit more welding as well, but yeah, we're not far away in it. It's probably going to be a day's worth of grinding in this as well, actually, but I'm going to focus on shaping these bits of panels. Annoyingly, the only good bit of material we've got for this bit underneath here, because it extends further, is this stuff here, and I don't know how much further it extends, so I'm just going to extend it quite far and then cut it down to shape when we get there. But yeah, that's what we're at anyways. But yesterday was a good day, just could have cleaned up that bit in there so as I could weld the panel to it, because I need to remember and spot weld it. Yeah, and it's just going to be a lot of fiddly stuff today. You can see the porosity on that bit there. That was not a nice bit to weld because obviously this metal here is pretty rubbish, but it's still solid anyways. So yeah, it's looking a bit more rougher these days, if I'm honest. As I say, I need to go along, just clean up all these all the way there. I've got this little section at the back of here which I was working on when, the last time, because the weird kind of shape of this repair panel left a massive gap in here, so I've filled it with a lot of weld, which looks kind of horrible, but I'm going to sand it back and smooth it back so there's actually just a bit more metal, because we ended up with like a gap going all the way up here. You can kind of see that there, but I'd rather it be more metal than filler anyways. Like that bit up here, that's all filler basically. There's metal behind it, but there's quite a lot of filler there. Yeah, so there we go. Wire speed 5.5 and amperage 1. That's for the welder. But yeah, I'm just going to continue on with this and rattle some panels out. Try and get the best to fit, because obviously I've started from the back and then the panels ended up being a little bit, I think it was a little bit short, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, it's kind of short, because obviously when I've been chopping it up I've lost length, so it's pushed back a bit, because I've chopped it 2 times, so yeah, probably lost about that much there. But yeah, just have to clean it up with the grinder, make it look a little bit neater. It's all structural apart from the underneath of it, because it needs spot welded on, so that'll be good fun. Oh yeah, I also need to drill out those guys so as we can get the jacking points put back in, but that'll be like one of the last things we do. either way, it's taking shape. Looks like a sill again. But yeah, I'm just gonna crack on anyway, sitting to the next update. Alright, so, oh Christ. This is it. It's finally all together. It's back to a full sill. So, finished up here, made a lovely job of that. Lovely job in there. Looks fucking horrendous. And underneath as well. So, as you'll be able to see as well now, I even went along, done all the seam seals. What the fuck am I talking about? The spot welds. They're all done all the way along. Finished up little bits in there. Found the jacking points in there, so I'm gonna have to cut them out. Make it a little bit neater. Same with down there. Jacking points right there. God, look, rain already is just got into the garage and it's all over everything. So yeah, there you go. Got that there, found the hole, spot welded everything. Well, as much as I could. I kind of had to like string the welds on in some places, like in here. So this all just needs flushed back with a grinder now. That's that central bit, the B pillar. It needs to be connected up here, so that's it now connected. So yeah, I've got a lot of grinding to do now, which is going to be fun. But yeah, hopefully that's this side done welded. I shouldn't need to touch this side with the welder unless I grind and find little bits of holes and stuff like that, but we'll go through all that. But right now I'm not saying it's finished, because it's not. I need to just flush everything back, make it look a bit nicer. Maybe go over patches that I need to with the welder again, just to make it look that tiny bit nicer. But yeah, it's actually back to a sill. I think the way things are going, this car needs to be on the road ASAP. So yeah, I think it'll just be a quick, it won't be anything glamorous, it'll just be a quick little run over everything, seam seal it, find the holes, re-drill them for the skirt to go back on. But yeah, no, that end really looks alright. All in all, the shape is kind of still in place. I think I've done an alright job considering I don't have magnets. I feel like this edge here pops out quite a bit more than what it used to, but we'll soon see with the skirt on. But yeah, I'll give you a final look over once it's all cleaned up and everything, and then we'll be jumping on to the other side, which looks fucking horrendous as well. Hopefully it's not going to be as much work as this. This is, I mean, I had to go all the way up in here and stuff like that, and I ended up doing the whole thing there. I think it's just the usual spots of the jacking points on the other side, so we'll see how we get on there. Alright, back at it. The other side's now jacked up. We've already went ahead and cut up. I say we because we've got arch. No, it's alright. GoPro does a rubbish job of lighting.
Well, I know, that's why I meant.
So we got a spot up in here, just a little spot, so we're gonna fab that. Gonna use the sill patch for this bit here. I've also got a bit in here that needs done. It's exactly the same as the other side. And then we've got a tiny patch up in there, because everything else is alright. And then we've got some stuff up in there, but that'll be later on. So yeah, gonna cut that out, get that welded in, make sure it's all good. As I said, just gonna need to smash this one through. So this is this bit on now, covers on. I'm pretty sure I showed you the underneath, but we did the underneath as well. That little bit in there. We're spot welded up to there. Tiny little patch here. Just for notes, this is just to get it through this MOT. We still have the whole sill up there, so at some point that'll get done, but sill's there. I'm just surprised if it comes to sell the car, I'll probably sell the sill with it, because why not? Jeez. Oh jeez. So yeah, that's that. That was just made with the the extra bit of arch we had left, and then obviously the little tiny patch up there. Further down, oh, you can't see it because there's a jack on it, but that's been welded up. And then the two kind of main areas, big bits, was the two bits in here. So I didn't show you this, but we might have been able to show you on the older bits, but I think I showed you, I'm not sure. I'm gonna search for other videos anyways. But this section up here, that's been cut out. It's not the original shape, we just kind of decided to follow the arch. What is that? Oh wow! That's quite a distraction, isn't it? Nice. Good timing with the camera, I guess. Right, yeah, so back to where we were. I like distractions like that, I'm not gonna lie. And then we got this bit up in here where it was inside the engine bay. It's where the airbox mounted to it. So, as you can see, there would have been another one of these tabs here, down here. So yeah, that looks a little bit shitty, but as I say, get it through an MOT, that's what we're worried about. I've actually been kind of big brain here, almost. But that is very much can be a shape that can be beaten into shape. So it fits the curve a bit better. Obviously it needs all the welds to come through. All the welds ground on this side, but as I say, we're not taking the car apart, we're just get it through an MOT, then deal with it. But yeah, so that'll get painted just for the now. As you can see, if you're ever wondering what the welds were like, they do come through, although they do look absolute shite. So yeah, bit of filler just to make that look nice on this side. Yeah, it's just as it goes. So, and then in this bit up here, I kind of seen it, and for all it's hidden by the arch line, I thought, nah, you can't run around with a big massive hole. Not there. In the event of a crash, that'll just crush quicker than what it should. So now we got this. So yeah, painted a bit down in there, but that's basically should, fingers crossed, be all the welding done for this car. Fingers crossed. Not packing away the welder yet because you never know, you might find something. Never jump the gun too early, but yeah, tomorrow car will be back on the ground for the foreseeable future. Yeah, it's just one straggler. Nice. So yeah, car will be back on the ground. Then it's everything it needs for the MOT. Oh, also, yeah, we got a lot of this to be doing. A lot of that.